each other's leaders. And we all belong together. You gonna play us a good jig that we can dance by?
No, we're gonna do a song I wrote.
Oh, okay, good.
It's kind of an answer song too.
Yeah, that's right.
I heard a song once that talked about the want to in your eyes. Some guy went into a bar and assumed, of course. So this is the other side of that story called Mary Johnson. And Cathy, she said she wouldn't do it, but I believe she's gonna help me out on the fiddle on this. I'm just sitting in this bar room, yes, that's whiskey that you see, and my name is Mary Johnson. Lord, my feet are killing me. I just stopped, I've been working hard, and I just stopped in before I head on home. So if you're thinking something different, friend, you sure are thinking wrong. Think you really want to in these big blue eyes of mine. Well, it's only a reflection of the want to in your mind. Good time talking, and I like good company. And if you could see things my way, well, you know we might be friends. But you think my being here alone's an invitation to my bed. And this drink you think has turned me on, it's only turned your head. Brown eyes of mine, but it's only a reflection of the want to in your mind. One more time, man. Now we all get lonely sometimes. This might be your time, and you see us satin pillows, sweet perfume, forbidden wine, and you think I'm thinking on those lines, and now and then I do. Oh, but just like you, the want to's a little thing I like to choose. So if you think you're reading want to in these big blue eyes of mine, but it's only a reflection of want to in your mind. Yes, it's only a reflection of want to in your mind. Since we're doing a round of originals, I'll do a song that I sang with Alice long before recording it. Close. Close. We kind of tuned everything to my accordion and then retuned it to everything else. And then everybody came in here and started breathing, so...
And that changes, that does change the tune.
It's only in the last couple of years that I've learned how to write songs when I'm not depressed. All of my best songs when I started writing were just those dumb nights that I stayed home feeling like I wish things were going some other way or somebody was around or something like that. Since then I've decided that I would
write songs when I was feeling good and forget about the rest of those times. Go to the movies. I could be missing a lot of good songs
some
here.
of the best songs. This is one of those times. Isn't it? It's a great song.
It's called In the Midnight Prayer Light. In the midnight prayer light, I'll ask you once more. While the rain is falling, stars shine from afar. Keep my heart open and my path kind and true. Can I find my sweet resting place somewhere near you? I know I've been walking a path full of doubt. The signs are not clear yet. I'll see my way out. I'll see joy in the hearts of the children nearby as they sing for the angels, the heavenly side. In the midnight prayer light, I'll ask you once more. While the rain is falling, stars shine from afar. Keep my heart open and my heart kind and true. And I find my sweet resting place somewhere near you. Sometimes I see sorrow that makes me feel pain. Sometimes I try to forget without shame, but I know when my friends are all troubled and sore, I can show them a rainbow to cheer them once more. In the midnight prayer light, I'll ask you once more. While the rain is falling, stars shine from afar. Make my heart open and my path kind and true. And find my sweet resting place somewhere near you. In the green rolling hills of a home far away, I'll build me a cabin for my children to stay. Sit by the fireside in the moonlight so sweet. From the memories of earthly times soon we'll be free. In the midnight prayer light, I'll ask you once more. While the rain is falling, stars shine from afar. Keep my heart open and my path kind and true. Can I find my sweet resting place somewhere near you? Can I find my sweet resting place somewhere near you? In the midnight prayer light.
Huh?
Do you want to take a turn? You want us to do another one?
Do another one.
That's
if you
pretty
want.
hanging too.
All right.
Yeah, do another one, then we'll get them to singing some. Let's.
Oh, here come the requests, Ola Belle.
Okay. Okay, you do it, don't you?
No, I don't actually. You're gonna have to do that one.
Oh, I think you can. I'll do it if I can remember it after she does
We'll
hers.
give
Okay?
Ola Belle a short break and
I have to kind of go easy, you know. I don't want to fall down here in Washington. All day.
Ola Belle, this is one of Albert Hash's tunes.
Is it?
Ola Belle was raised in Ashe County, which isn't too far from where I'm living now, in Grayson County.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's Mr. Tolliver clapping his hands. He's born down there, too, somewhere. I used to...
And Albert Hash was a wonderful fiddle player and fiddle maker who lived up in White Top, Virginia, about 20 miles from Galax. He's responsible for showing a lot of people how to play the fiddle and teaching people how to make fiddles, and consequently there are a number of good fiddle makers in that area. Well, he learned this tune from a record. Of an Oklahoma fiddler, I believe, or a Texas fiddler.
What's the title of it, old Molly Hare?
Hangman's Reel.
Oh,
I went back and listened to the original record from the other guy that he learned it from. It's entirely different. Albert took the tune and just made it his own tune. Cathy and I tried this one time, put it on my answering machine.
Old-time music is everywhere.
I've got a different tune on my answering machine in Galax, and there's this old fiddler who keeps trying to call up, and he gets the answering machine, and he's threatening to blow it up. The heat. Gosh, sweaty. Everything is sweaty.
your hands sweat on your string, don't it?
Yeah.
The stick, don't it?
Fire here. I'm gonna move.
Can I just start?
Please.
I can't do those things.
Hangman's Reel. Old-time fiddler. She's been studying a lot with many
She's been a
different
fiddling
traditional
around
fiddle
a long
players.
time, ain't she, Cathy?
She and I will be playing fiddle and banjo tomorrow night for a dance in Tacoma Park, the Folklore Society's Sunday night dance at the junior high school there on Piney Branch Road, and that starts at 8 o'clock if you want to hear some old-time fiddle and banjo.
Also, everybody here is invited to a big deal down in Mount Airy, North Carolina on November 3rd. We're showing the Tommy Jarrell film Sprout Wings and Fly that Cece Conway, Les Blank, and I made started making it in '79. It was finished about '82. There's a picture of Tommy outside there with Fred Cockrum. And so come on down. It's going to be a big party afterwards at
Now
Tommy's
here,
house.
it's right on the way.
Lots of champagne.
Yeah. That's right close to where I come
Probably a little
from,
white
down in
liquor.
that area. Yeah, and you speaking of champagne, the kind we had,
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit. They've still got plenty of it.
the kind we had
Talk
wasn't this
about
kind you buy with these big labels on it. I'll tell you what, this is.
What did you buy?
If somebody, back where I come from, you hear so much about the moonshining. Well, let me tell you, if you got a snake bite, that's what they use. And I remember my mother never drank a drop in her life, and she broke her leg, and an old doctor rode 10 miles on a horse, and I was there. I remember how he gave her whiskey. You could put it on water, strike a match to it, and it would burn. It wasn't this phony stuff you get nowadays. Because when I went down one time, this man said to me, this man, he's an electrician, and he did electric work at our house. It's been a long time ago. And he said to me, see, I don't make the exactly stuff, but I make wine. And I make the kind that's pure wine, buddy. And I said, how much do I owe you for doing my electric work? Oh, he said, you don't owe me anything, Ola Belle. He said, you've done a lot for me. And I knew him and a friend worked for the government, the Aberdeen Proving Ground. So I told him, I said, okay, then I'll give you a quart of my wine. And he laughed. No, he said, I don't drink that cheap stuff. He said, he drinks the good stuff in the bottles. It costs a lot of money. I said, well, you take it with you anyway. But I said, remember one thing. I said, don't drink more than that much at a time. So they started to work next morning, and this man, he picked up a man that worked down there too, and the man said, I got a terrible headache. He said, do you got anything good to drink? It'll stop it. Said, I had a little too much last night. And he said, no. He said, I didn't have any. Oh, he said, I got some Ola Belle's wine. But he said, you don't want that stuff. He said, anything would do. So he got it out, and he said he handed it from under the seat, and he drank it out of it in a quart can. And he said, what did she put in that? That's good. So he was a-driving. He said, let me taste it. So they tasted back and forth and back and forth. And they got down to the edge of there was a little wide place in the woods, and they pulled off. The last thing I remembered, one was out this way and one out that way, laughing themselves to death. So when I saw him, I said, how did you like your wine? He said, Ola Belle, don't you mention that blah, blah, blah stuff to me again. He said, we both didn't go to work, and we both like to got fired. He got no tongue. Wipe your face with my dish towel. Me and her,
You're on a springtime live. Yeah, there was a request for that.
you think I can? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can. You want this?
I'll try it for you. But what I'm saying about the moonshine, you see, it was the real stuff. Now, and you built a house back then, it lasted for years. My nephew bought a new house, and him and his wife was eating breakfast. And the whole bathroom come right down on the That's true. That's true. That is true. Right on their table. Okay, now let's see. You gonna pick the guitar with me? Get your guitar. You can play it. can't hold my banjo. You know, I wear a long dress. These things are heavy. These modern ones, so I said.
I've seen some of the pictures they took one time and got a short dress.
Shut up. That was at the Philadelphia Folk Festival, and the guy had been snapping and snapping and snapping, and that's back when you wore dresses, you know.
Short.
And he walked up to me and he said, "Ola Belle, put your knees together." So now that banjo goes down that way. That's me. Okay, now let's go. Be quiet. I'm telling you. We fell in love on a green grassy hillside in the springtime of life. Did we chance to meet? Flowers are blooming, birds are singing. Its riches lay at our feet. So sacred and tender was young love of blue. Once in a lifetime, it happens that way. We made our plan for the day we would marry. We'd keep it a secret till our wedding day. I moved away, not knowing the reason. Waited so long for him to come. He did not come, and there came the message that he'd wed another and left me alone. Young love in springtime on a green grassy hillside could not endure the heat and the cold. It was so strong while we were together. Separated, it was lost like a rich man and his gold. Separated, it was lost like a rich man and his gold.
I love that song. Some of those mournful sounding songs are the nicest ones, I think. I enjoy doing them. This is one that comes from around, well, this version of it comes from around Independence, Virginia, from Wade Ward and his and Fields Ward. Now Fields now lives up around Bel Air, doesn't he? Near where Ola Belle lives. But they were from around Independence, Virginia, and they were responsible for a whole lot of great music that came out of there. Wade played the fiddle and banjo, and Fields plays guitar and sings real well. And I heard this song in two separate, I heard it from Wade, just played on the fiddle as a fiddle tune, and then I heard later Fields sing it and play guitar with it. It's called Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie. It's a real mournful song, too.
That's interesting.
I'll continue. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came low and mournfully from the pale-faced lips of a youth who lay on his dying bed at the close of day. I fancy I listened to the well-known words of the free wild wind, the sound of birds broke the roam and his friends so nigh. Oh, the cowboys gathered to watch him die. I often thought I'd be laid when I died in the cold churchyard neath the green hillside. By the side of my father let my grave be. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, where the wild coyotes may howl o'er me, where the buffalo roam and the wind blows free. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. I want to be laid where a mother's prayers and sister's tears will mingle there, where all my friends may weep o'er me. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. There's a mother's tears which will be shed on a lonely grave neath the prairie bed. Oh, breaks my heart to think of her now. She's curled these locks and she's kissed this hand. And through these locks the rattlesnake hiss is like the spread of a cold grave kiss, for the sake of her waiting for me. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, where the dewdrops fall and the butterflies nest and the wild blossoms bloom, the buried rest, where the buffalo roam and the wind blows free. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, bury me not. And his voice fell there, and we heeded not his dying prayer in a narrow grave just 6 by 3. Oh, we buried our boy on the lone prairie.
timed our songs because Alice and I thought we'd have time to do about
50.
40, and you know, we're soon going to be running out of time. We have time. Actually,
Weavers by 6.
before we go any further, let's take a minute and see if people do want to ask any questions to any of us or anything like that. Commentary, questions? Heck no.
You ought to have them sing one of those.
What kind of banjos are in the museum? There are banjos from about the last 100 years, ranging from extremely old homemade banjos to the most modern type Gibson banjos like what Ola Belle has. There's some fretless banjos. There's even one fretless banjo that comes from approximately the time of the Civil War that has a painting of a plantation scene on the front of it. Yep.
Yes, I had the book 9 years, and the man worked, taped, and at my house where we played and different things. And I told him that if he wanted to do a book with dignity, that he could. And I said, I don't want it to come out making fun of the place I came from or the people that raised me, or like Roy Acuff said one time, the people out there he said that the people that has made me what I am today. And he turned down, it was finished, been finished 2 years, and he sent me the full, what do you call it, whole bunch of it, where it's written up. Manuscript, and he said if there was anything in it that I wanted to take out, that I could take it out. I think sometimes when they transcribe the tapes, the people that transcribe them, you know, they sometimes don't understand it. And I still have it there. I have a copy of it at the house. So I took out an awful lot of it. I told them years ago that the mothers used to nurse their babies, breastfeed their babies, and what I had said on tape was that they would get up and go in the other room and nurse their babies, and I said they wouldn't eat onions or things that would cause the stomach. It goes through the milk that would cause the baby to be sick or have stomach trouble. So when the first transcript part of it come out, said they were made to get up and go into the other room and breastfeed their babies, and said because they got their dresses so dirty, and said they were not allowed to eat what they wanted. So I said that was a lie. So I took it out. I don't know when it'll be finished, to tell you the truth. I said as long as you can tell a dog's history with dignity without making fun. So I said we went barefooted when Mom had to whip us to keep us from taking our shoes off in the frost. We loved to go barefooted. We had a good time. We lived good. So I don't know what'll happen when it'll be finished or not. There's supposed to be a songbook out pretty soon of the old songs, the way we sang them. Years ago, we cut about 60 songs on tape, and then they probably changed them too.
And there are 6 or 7 records that are easily currently available.
Yes. They're Kicking You know, that guy's he's got a thing on banjo. Did you ever get that one?
Oh yes, I've got that.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Old time banjo. And
yeah, mm-hmm. You were with us when we went out to the Great American Music Hall, weren't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That Patsy Montana was there.
Oh.
They had the
San Diego.
That was it. Was San Diego. That's
Okay.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are there other questions people want to ask?
Dave Sturgill?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen any of his guitars.
He's related
Are
to
you
me.
related?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Sturgills was related to me.
Pardon me?
On top of the mountain there. Rugby, Virginia. It's right close to Albert Hash's house.
Yeah.
Where my grandmother's people.
Well, Albert used to work some with you, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Albert, he fixed my father's fiddle, violin they called it, and it's in the Maryland Council of the Arts. In that exhibit I was telling you about.
Any other questions people want to ask?
Well,
Everybody's
that was-
fanning themselves. I think we should do a few more songs and
We ought to have them to sing a song or two together before we quit, hadn't we?
we should.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, how about, what would you like to sing? Let's sing one all of us together, you tell us.
Oh, of course.
I did want to look at cow first before we quit. I've never heard it.
The cow?
I mean, the cowgirl, but she doesn't like cows or something.
Oh.
You haven't heard that song yet?
No.
This is one of Patsy Montana's songs, and she did not write this. And I spent a lot of time at the Library of Congress trying to find out who wrote it. I could not get any information except Patsy did say that she thinks she learned it from Rosalie Allen, who is another real important name in
Oh,
country
yes.
music. She was one of the very best yodelers ever.
Oh, yes.
And did a lot of yodeling duets with Elton Britt, the king of yodeling. Anyway, I recorded this on my new children's record, which I'm happy to say is out. We've got some here. Anyway, it's got an exciting and important part for you over and over again at the appropriate times. You need to sing Moo, 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 How They Scare Me. It's a little different than the other choruses today, but it's really worthwhile. It's called I'd Like to Be a Cowgirl, but ooh, I'm scared of cows. One day I went out to the rodeo. I went to see the cowboys rope and ride. I got excited as I watched the show. I jumped right up and down and then I cried. I'd like to be a cowgirl, but ooh, I'm scared of cows. Moo, 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 how they scare me, that's it. I often try to face them while in the field they browse. But moo, 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 how they scare me. I'd walk up to a lion and smack him on the brow. I'd even kick a polecat, but don't ask me to punch a cow. I'd like to be a cowgirl, but ooh, I'm scared of cows. Moo, 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 how they scare me. Ee-la-la-la, dee-dee-dee-dee, ee-la-la-la-oo. Yeah-la-oo, moo, how they scare me. They say a cat has 9 lives, but I know a cow. She kicked the bucket 10 times. She's alive and kicking now. I'd like to be a cowgirl, but ooh, I'm scared of cows. Everyone, moo, 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 how they scare me. I often try to face them while in the field they browse. Moo, 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 how they scare me. I tried to milk the Holstein, she acted like a fool. No matter how I coaxed her, she wouldn't sit down on the stool. I'd like to be a cowgirl, ooh, I'm scared of cows. Moo, 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 how they scare me. I often try to face them while in the field they browse. Moo, 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 how they scare me. A cow once tried to chase me across a field of corn. She bucked right into my guitar, didn't even sound the horn. I'd like to be a cowgirl, but ooh, I'm scared of cows. Moo, 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 how they scare me. Not scared, I often try to face them while in the field they browse. Moo, 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 how they scare me. Ee-la-la-la, dee-dee-dee, ee-la-la-la-oo. Ee-la-oo, moo, how they scare me. Ee-la-la-la, dee-dee-dee-dee. Ee-la-oo, couple short announcements, and we'll do a song together and close off.
Yeah.
And Alice and Ola Belle and I will be hanging out, so if you want to talk to anybody, feel free to. Just so you don't forget, Alice has a whole bunch of records available, and so does Ola Belle. Rounder, Folkways.
Flying
I think
fish.
they're important
Bud
records
has
because they
one
have a
too.
lot
All
of
of
traditional
That's right,
and
he does.
contemporary material of women in
Yeah.
country music. I've got some of my records available over here and a mailing list. One of my main focuses is trying to spread around a lot of good traditional and contemporary country music performed
Yeah.
sung by women. And so I expect that there will be other programs of this nature, either here or in other places. And if you're interested in finding out about that, sign my mailing list. When things like this come up, I'll send out a little flyer along those lines. I'd like to thank very much the folks from the Smithsonian Institution. This program was actually started being planned way back in May. We started talking about it. And in August, I wrote Dallas into it, and Ola Belle said okay. And we've been thinking about it for a long time. And I think it's a real special occasion, and I really like to thank Shirley Tchaikovsky, Harold Kloster, and other folks at the Smithsonian that make programs like this happen. Let's
And
give
for
them a
all of the
hand.
Yeah.
I
All
think-
right. What are we going to sing? Will the circle be unbroken? You can read minds. That's what we decided to do. Okay, what key we going to do it in? What key do you do it in?
How about C?
C?
See? That sounds good.
Is that high? You start it, and I'll sing it.
You know what this is? I was standing by my window on a cold and
Cloudy day. Let's stand up together.
when I saw that earth come rolling for to carry my mother away.
Now together.
Will the circle be
give me that old-time religion. Give me that old-time religion. Give me that old-time religion. It's good enough for me. Makes me love everybody. Sing it.
Everybody.
Makes me love everybody. It's good enough for me. Well, give me that old time religion. Oh, give me that old time religion. Oh, give me that old time religion. And it's good enough for me. Once again, makes me love everybody. Come on. Makes me love everybody. Makes me love everybody. It's good enough for me. Well, give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Together, it's good enough for me. Yeah.
Thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you.